Hello and welcome to Cassies Cosmo. This is Saturday the 14th of December and this is the weekly overview for the week ahead, and that's for all you guys out there. That's for every star sign, but this is a weekly overview. Tomorrow's show I will be going a look at each sign in particular. So what I'm going to deal with in this 30-minute segment are just what the wave of the Cosmo is doing over this next week, because we've got a few exciting things happening with the full moon in Gemini and Uranus going direct again after a long sleep for 5 months. So she's going to be bringing a lot of excitement into your lives. Tomorrow I will run down as regards what it holds for each and every one of you regards Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Taurus, etc., and run down through the signs. You can find me on Facebook. There'll probably be links left on this page. For some of you may well be listening to this airing out on the Facebook. I'm also on YouTube, and there are a couple of blog places also that you can find me to get your weekly overview and what the Cosmo has, or the universe has, in store for you over this coming next week. Today, Saturday, we've got the moon in Taurus, and as I put out there for a few people, Taurians link in with Venus, and Venus is about money, it's about the second house. So a lot of you today will be regarding or whirling in your mind's eye about money, the value of money, where you make your money from. Because we're coming up to a full moon on Tuesday the 17th, you might still feel quite intense. Some of you might feel the need to step back, feeling quite anxious, maybe worrying about money or viewing money in your mind's eye. It is about possessions. It is about the practical side. Some of you are waiting on offers around money, maybe on a loan, maybe offers on a property, offers on agreements with work and the likes. So it holds quite a steady income today. Taurian, or the Taurus moon, is about luxury. It's about practicality. It likes to be quite slow in what it does, but kind of think it still holds a very good energy around that Venus value about making money, your self-worth. A lot of you around this time of year end up spending a lot of money, so you like to review the financial aspect of your life and where it's taking you to. I will say to a few people, there is a time where there is going to be, with Uranus going direct, that is, expect the unexpected. For a lot of you, where money may be coming in, exciting times, maybe a check or money that's long overdue. For the odd one, Uranus, expect the unexpected, where you may have to pay out over the holiday season. If I drew towards the Cosmo as being a traffic jam, I would say from the 24th to the 31st of December, you're literally all going to be in a little bit of a traffic jam. It's whether you get in your car and decide to get in that traffic flow, or you decide to take a leisurely stroll and step back from it all and retreat. I would suggest you do, because I think that it's going to be one hell of a ride for us all, with the cosmic and the traffic jam and everybody feeling very anxious and dramatic. So a little bit of a word of warning there, but that's the holiday season. Getting back to the energies that are coming in. We had a golden day on Thursday, and for some of you it brought some good news. Others it's about making decisions, so you're still in the flow of making those decisions. Tuesday is the significant day. Before the moon goes into Cancer, it hits the Gemini full moon around about 25 degrees, so it's quite a high one. Gemini is about your communication. It's the third house, so it's about writing at the same time. It's about vehicles. Some of you may be getting your vehicles, maybe you're selling your vehicle, maybe that's the offer you're waiting on a vehicle. It rules brothers and sisters and neighbours, so there may be conversations taking place with neighbours. Maybe something's coming to a climax where you've had a written warning from your neighbour. The energies are peaking or coming to a head, so it's about a result. Those who are waiting on tests or taking exams, it's a very good time to push that forward and get the result that you're wanting or wanting to achieve around all this. Remember, as I've spoken in previous weeks, Mars in Libra will also give you the push and the drive in a fantastic way. But that Mars, myself, I found that few people have had quite a lot of aggression in their voice around how they've dealt with others. Someone could just push your buttons and you feel like you just explode with that Mars energy. So a word of warning out there at the moment. While Jupiter is in Cancer still till next July, this is about expansion in your family and your home life. Some of you may well be wanting to have children, expanding in that field. Expansion is redecorating your house, renovations. I kind of think that with a lot of people for the house move side of things, that it's dulled off now till March when Jupiter goes direct again at the moment. But Jupiter also is connected towards Sagittarius, the higher mind. So what you're all expanding on at the moment is the higher mind level, which is your travel, your media, your marketing, your education, learning, you being the teacher, religion. Maybe you're going overseas or you're traveling to learn something. Maybe you're going overseas to teach other people. It's new visions, it's new horizon, the higher mind. Your mind will be filled with, I need to read. I feel like I want to go and take my job across water. I feel like I need to educate myself. I want to expand my life, my education, my finances. So a lot of you will find that that's busy playing out within your mind at the moment. And I would certainly take that opportunity. It's about the energies blending together. So we're trying to blend things within our world and our life a little bit at this particular point in time. Gemini is about communication as well. So on an astrological level, the third house rules speech, your hands, your arms, your shoulders, your fingers, and your nervous system, more important. So if you say, I've got pains in my hands or my arms in some way, I feel very anxious or stressed, that's the energy of the Gemini full moon peaking. So for Geminis, I really will imagine that you will feel like you want to bite your fingernails down. It will be very intense even now. You will become so anxious, you'll feel like you need to step away, is my advice to Geminis out there, or Geminis rising at this particular point in time. Gemini in the full moon or the communication sector is about your mental abilities within your mind. Again, the education, writing, short journeys, local travel, vehicles. So you may be communicating about offers on a vehicle. Some of you are lucky, it could result in that someone is treating you. The unexpected with Uranus can be that you are bought a gift of a vehicle over Christmas time, or given the money towards a new vehicle. That's what I feel in this realm will be playing out for some people. It's bringing in sales and agreements, offers, talks, decisions. Anybody, Geminis, looking for new jobs, waiting on promotions, waiting on results. Won't just affect Geminis, but because it's 25-degree Gemini, if you've got any Gemini in your chart, then it will affect you in a big way. With Uranus going direct again after sleeping since July for the last 5 months, it will be surprising, anything unexpected. Uranus is the planet of unexpected. She likes freedom. So unexpectedly, someone may say, I want my freedom from my job. I don't like it. I'm walking away. It's Christmas, but I've had enough. I'm walking away. People may well say they want their freedom within relationships. Uranus is about breaking free and breaking away. It's the unexpected. It brings in better finances. It helps you earn money. So you may be throwing offers into the mix with regard to jobs out the blue. Would you like to work abroad? I'm going to pay you X amount of money. Think about it, but great opportunity, expanding the mind, the whole Jupiter feel. So we're going through that incubation side of our life, or we were going through an incubation side around anything from the end of September. As soon as we stepped into October, a lot of people went within getting ready for the nautical November, where everybody went deep into their subconscious around their past, hidden fears, manipulation, power struggles. Maybe some of those hidden fears were from your childhood, abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse. When it was in the realm of Scorpio, Scorpio is about hidden things coming to the surface, i.e. on the news, hidden affairs, hidden matters. It's everything hidden when it's in the Scorpio realm. And don't forget, we're still in those eclipses of Taurus, Scorpio. So that is about things that are hidden, eclipsing out of your life or coming to the surface. Affairs, secret sorrows. Scorpio is about rebirth and transformation, and the word death to bring in that rebirth. And unfortunately, Nelson Mandela passed away, Paul Walker, to name but a few, and there may well be someone else key in the spotlight that does pass in the coming weeks. While we're in this Scorpio field, Taurian, there will be people that have been lingering or unfortunately had illnesses at this point. It is a time of what I would call bereavement time, or people losing people. Uranus, again, I've seen of a couple of people on Facebook that have either passed or had people that have passed suddenly. Maybe they've been expecting it but thought they would hold on. So that is about expecting the unexpected in certain fields of your life. I'm hoping the unexpected is around money or job offers, but yeah, the Scorpio field is about death, loss, transformation. It's about you going deep into nautical November to deal with old ways, old habits, old patterns. You know, there's been a lot of 12th house activity, which is hospitals, spiritual aspect, karma, new pathways, media, music, people having to deal with bad habits, people going to prison or hospitals. Again, it's been that whole realm of people really having to deal with certain past issues and habits that have haunted them for many years. The Pluto-Uranus squares that have been taking place since 2012, all the way to literally, all the way to perhaps taking you further afield from all this, still feels to me like it's still got a long way to go until March of next year, not next year, 2015. So we're still decluttering and perhaps getting rid of our life in some form, in some way. You know, and I do believe that for many people, you're starting to break away from certain things within your life. We've got the Venus retrograde, and that comes in next weekend, so that will be next weekend's talk. Again, that's about, am I being valued? Daring December is about who dare wins, what do you dare to do, what do you dare to break away from. It's also going to be a month of listening and values, core values. Am I being valued in my work area? Am I valued in my partnership, whether it's business or romantic? I'm waiting for someone. Venus is second option, second chance, but am I being valued in that particular person? So some of you that have waited for people or wanted a situation will suddenly have a change of heart and a change of mind. Don't overthink it at the moment, but it is about sudden impact and sudden change for a lot of people. It's about looking at your own opportunities as to what you want and where you're all going to. Uranus, which goes direct again along with the full moon. So 17th, 16th, 17th are going to be quite key days flowing through onto the 18th. Uranus is about internal thinking, and she's been retrograde. So you've done a lot of internal thinking about your life since July. Now that she is going forwards, it's about the truth, the shock. She's going to be outwardly thinking and outwardly spoken. You may find that you minute on the lips, it's out there and you say things to people. So it will be a big shift externally, things going on externally that are going to be visible, and it will hold a lot of impact to people. It will be unpredictable, you know, it will be a big shift. You may hear about shocking news to do with people's identity, maybe even on the news, drastic changes, people walking away again, I said, from jobs or in high or in authority. Kind of think that look on the news for people in authority that may suddenly walk away from a particular situation or stand down in some form, in some way. And this is what you're all going to be looking at. There will be some dates that are what I call explosion dates, unfortunately, Christmas Day being one of them, and the 30th, 31st, which brings in that dramatic news. I would say to you, try and find your own space in some form, in some way, if you can. Stand back from it all. What are you wanting? What are you reflecting out to the world? So we've all been in this incubation phase where we've been doing a lot of thinking. It's all been inside that deep nautical November. When Uranus and the full moon, it brings things to a peak, it brings things to a climax. Uranus is the opening up bringing things to the surface, bringing things out into the open. So my key to you is listen this particular week, because you might find that whether it's business partnerships or people you know suddenly kind of say, well, I've not done X, Y and Z because of this. Maybe they've had an addiction, maybe they've had some issues that they've been trying to deal with, but they've not actually, or some fears that you don't know about. So you will find that you may well hear of some surprising news in some form, in some way, around this, that takes you unexpectedly within this whole side of things. So I will say to you that this is about what are you wanting to reflect on the world this week. What are you wanting to show the world within your own inner self? Mars is still there, waking everybody up, bringing that passion and drive. And again, it's hitting the 12th house. So as I've just spoke about at the moment, that is about, the 12th house is about hospitals, your debt, your loan, your money, self-destruction, hidden fears, dealing with the spiritual aspect or side of things. It's trying to get you all to blend in some form, in some way, of how you deal with life and what you see and what you're going to be planning ahead of you. So I still feel as if I will say to people, this is still a time where I have said on previous podcasts, it's a little bit like a walk in the park. It's not a time where you need to commit to something or a situation. Any offers, anything that is out there, I'd certainly say to you to think on it and not make any firm decisions. February is the month that you need to head towards. We've got a Venus retrograde coming in, next weekend. You've got a Mercury retrograde in February. So really, there's not going to be any great clearing until you hit the 6th of March, is when Jupiter, your expansion planet, starts to wake up. She's having a little bit of a 40 winks of sleep. She's going retrograde, but she still has that wonderful energy of still expanding, but not as strong as when she's going forward, and she will do in March. So March is going to be a key month for expanding whatever you're planting the seeds now. This is a time of planting seeds. Capricorn field, which is next weekend, is earth and water. So you start to water the seeds, you start to nourish them. And then March will be the time when we have the daffodils and the growth, that I kind of think that some of the seeds in business or goals or whatever you're collecting to publish, put online, media, marketing, whatever you're going to do will take a more expansive role. You could be writing a book. You could be ready to publish it in March. You could be learning something, ready to teach people in March. So it's a time of building up something within your life. Everybody is going through a thought process, and people will, up until the next few days, until the 17th and a few days after, if I'm honest, people will start to feel quite panicky. And 'tis the season to be jolly, as they say, but people get very fraught with the Christmas period, from Asda, from Walmart, from shopping. It's a very stressful time. The Christmas for me does bring up past. It brings up past energies, past thoughts, even taking you backwards of happy times or things that may well have gone on in your life. So what the Cosmo is delivering at the moment is things are starting to, end of year peak, come to a head. It is about final decisions, and some of you will be rethinking those decisions over the Venus retrograde. Again, rethinking about business opportunities from July. Rethinking about relationships, rethinking, re-editing, revising, redoing. It's a do-over of the Cosmo, giving you that second chance and second option when we get to the Venus retrograde next Saturday. Your Venus is about money as well as love. So second chance in love, second chance in a business opportunity, second chance of being valued and what's there, your core value for you all. And you all will be thinking, am I valued in my workplace? Do I need to release it and let go? Am I valued in my partnership? Really find the guy or the girl hot, but they're not valuing me. So it will be, do I need to walk away from this? Even when you get to February, will be another month of Mercury retrograde, is about thinking incubation very much within the mind. And that's what you really will be doing in this time. So it is a time of giving yourself a lot of thought rather than rushing into things. It's a little bit like cooking something, your ideas in the oven, ready to open that oven when it comes towards March period. But while we have Jupiter, we're in the Sagittarian field, and as I've said before, Sagittarian is the 9th house, it's the higher mind. So what you will be looking at within those weeks is Jupiter is connected towards Sagittarius. So it's about what plays out. What can you expand in the higher mind? So what can I expand in my education? Can I expand and travel further? New visions, new hopes, new horizons. So again, you're expanding in that period. It is literally all about growth at the moment. It's not about I want, can I have energy. It is about that growth aspect of where you all want to go to. So your mind will be trying to set some goals and boundaries for what's coming in for next year. You know, some of you might say, I want to go to college. I want that further education. The 9th house can rule brothers and sisters, or sister-in-laws. It's foreign places, it's foreigners, it's airlines, it's your intuition in some way. It rules the sciatic nerve as well, and the hips and the thighs and the liver. So anybody, just be careful over the Sagittarian field that you don't have ailments in that particular area. But the higher mind, it is about growth as to where you want to expand things within those realms of your life at the moment. Expanding family even, but your mindset will take you. A lot of you are going to be playing the role of the teacher or learning something. You watch for people who've said to me, I'm learning, I'm going to teach someone something, or I'm going overseas to teach. It is about a growth period in your soul, in your life. For those who said, I'm not sure if I want to learn, I don't really want to educate myself, you may be surprised. You might do homeschooling. Cancer in Jupiter, home and family. You might be learning from home. You might be taking a course on the internet, ready to deliver it and teach it to other people in March time. But it is what I would call a growth period. But it's, you know, the Uranus is expect the unexpected over this next week. She's going forwards, and I always say it's a bit like a ball going down a hill. Give it a chance to gather speed. But for some of you, try and give balance. If you get an offer on Monday and it's short, try and Monday to me is a day where I kind of think some of you may well have to compromise or give some form of balance. So Monday will be a key day just before that peak of that full moon, and Uranus going direct on the 17th as well. So be prepared to try and balance it out. Mars and Libra, balance, harmony. You have to give to get back. So whoever you're talking to, whether it's an offer of work or anything, negotiations may take place and offers may come in on Tuesday. But for some of you that have applied for places, yes, I certainly would look about hearing about those job opportunities or offers or agreements in any way. Maybe it's a money making, maybe someone offers you coming into business with them next week. But for all of you, it's expect the unexpected. Oh, I didn't think I would be chosen. I've just been offered a teaching position in America. Again, unexpected offers. So it's going to be quite a good week, but the only downward slide of it is that there could be endings towards something. You want structure. Things coming to a peak. Is it worth it? Am I going to get any value out of it? So there will be some endings to get that structure, to get those commitments in your lives. This is what it's about. Some of you might say, some signs may say, excuse me, I'm committing, I need to commit further in with this relationship. Some of you may say, I've come to the end of the line, the relationship's peaked, I need to let go. So again, be careful what triggers or who you push in this next week period. And that could apply in your work area. I've come to the end of the line. I feel like I've accomplished all that I can. Well, I'm handing in my notice. I'm walking away. It is expect the unexpected, but it will bring in some positive results where some of you, it can be what I call the negative side or the life changing, the door changing. So some of you may say, yeah, I've come to the end of the line in this relationship or this job, I'm leaving. For some of you, it may be, you are getting something shocking in your life. Uranus as well is what I call a shocking planet. So it can bring you electricity. So I would be careful around electric shocks or anything electrical within this next week. But it does bring in drastic decisions, drastic measures. But remember, all this is clearing out detox in your life. While we're in the Scorpio Taurus realm, the Taurian side is a need for security. It's a need to feel that value, that worth. The Scorpio side is about endings and transforming your life. So we're going in the TARDIS of life. We're transforming our life into a whole different paradigm, into a whole different world, one that's going to be better. So some people that have been through divorces or struggled in that divorce and letting go, what you're going through since 2012 with the Uranus-Pluto square, and they are hard squares, but they kick you into where you're meant to be, to 2015. When we get to March 2015, you should have achieved a lot of goals and done an awful lot in the last sort of 2 or 3 years to get you there. My wish for you all is to, at the moment, really think about your life. As to, a lot of people do reflect around Christmas, but the Venus retrograde on the 21st will help you to reflect, rethink, relook and redo. February is going to be a key month when you build that security within your life, or have a little bit of a foundation. The next portal will be April, May, that will be very significant to people. What everybody's been going through with these Jupiter-Saturn trine, which was Thursday. The next Jupiter-Saturn trine will be in May. The first one we've had is just in July. So they affect people. Jupiter is expansion. Saturn is your taskmaster. He educates you, he gives you knowledge, but he makes you learn it all in a hard way. So again, you're looking at learning things, but expanding your field and your mind. So for those that have had some expansion in the last couple of days, just the cat and key around Thursday or Friday, that was the 12th and the 13th, your next portal that will be significant about things coming together or expanding or changing in a life-changing way will be around May 2014. So in the short term, which is what I'm keeping it to these podcasts, look around the 17th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and that's coming in the next few days as regards what is going to be happening next. While we're on Saturday today, the 14th, 15th, the Taurian field, practicalities, possessions, money, looking at your money. Maybe you're trying to apply for money or sort out your finances, but it still has a good feel. You might well get some money coming in, but this is quite a relaxing, slow energy. When we're in the Taurian field, it is about slowness. It is about steady stability. Wait till we get to Gemini, Monday, Tuesday, and that is about the talks, the communications, the opening up, and that's where a lot of you are, and waiting on an offer, and waiting on a decision. Will I hear about my exam? I'm waiting to hear the green light from somebody. I'm hoping that you know, if you think you're going to get an offer of X amount, that you get a whole lot more than that. Expect the unexpected with Uranus. And yes, she's going forward for many, many months now. So what the train's back on the track. There's going to be fuel in the boiler, and you're going to keep putting that fuel in because you're onto a fast track now that is going to take you into 2014. 2013 was like pushing a boulder up a hill, and no one got anywhere. 2014 is like, right, we've been sitting, we've been doing nothing. Let's get off our backsides. Let's get on that train. Let's put fuel in it, and let's keep putting that fuel in. Let's take that train journey that we all want to take us into the relationships we want by the summer, the career moves, the house moves. This is your biggest detox and decluttering your life for many, many years. Some of these trines, Jupiter-Saturn trines, I think some of them, at the moment, why they're kicking off now, some of them weren't here or last were seen about from 1955. So again, what's going on in the Cosmo are some unique abilities, something 1955, 1960s. A lot of this has not been about for many years. So it is a grand opening, a grand experience. It's about expanding your world, your mind, your journey in life in a fantastic way. I'm about to wrap up now because these podcasts are only 30 minutes long. So wishing you a wonderful week ahead. Think long and hard. Be careful what you say. Value yourself. And I hope you get some of the answers, offers and agreements that you are looking for around the early part of next week. And thanks for listening to Cassies Cosmo on this particular weekend of the 14th. Take care and many blessings, and goodbye and good luck to you all.